The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. For the right to head down to New Orleans for Super Bowl 58, it's NFC Championship time. Taking in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Ready. Double 38.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Love. This pass complete to Melton.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, Love. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to catch this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice 1st down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing is Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that point.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
17.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On play action. Love to throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And here's a handoff out of the gun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And again, back to Kmet. And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. It'll be a pickup of 4. And it'll be 1st down Bears. Now a handoff running through the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, We'll see more of that in the future.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys.
Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears have struck first in this NFC title game. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Gloves, they go play action now. A check down here to Jones. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by... About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ready?
Up the middle, Jones. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Lance now on first down. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. 2nd and 8 coming up. And Lance now to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Shotgun now for Lance. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Bo Melton, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? and could cost him.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal was a score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jamel Dean. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll try and run the option left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A throw left side taken in by Komet.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To try again after the sack. Lance. Under pressure, they got him again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. On first down. They'll go to the ground attack.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Here we go. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Jackson on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now here's another interception.
And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call. It ended up maybe closing them out.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown Bears!
Cole Kmet.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bears are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Doubs
from 19 yards away.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They go jet sweep here with Chark. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jackson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Demario Davis there on the stop. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Ready, strike, strike, blue strike. Hey, green. Blaster, six.
Desperation time here. Lance. Pass complete across the formation to Melton. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Black Ultra.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Oh, he stays up. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down again.
The Bears will be shuffling on to the Super Bowl. They are the